The first word, CZBNVM. Second word, EVUZ. And third word, OVIZQV. This is going to be a particularly hard one, but all these words are capitalized, by the way. Kazbnvm avaz avizqav. 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 So, some may ask, why during Ramadan am I doing a show about Goetic mythology? Why am I talking about demons and exorcisms and such? I'm doing this because it's like, if you're seeking refuge or dealing with an issue, do you wait until you're dealing with the issue? Maybe. But it's better to prepare yourself when you're away from the issue. And the mythology of Leraikha, Leraje, Oray, Loray, Leraie, or however this entity may be known by, is generally said to be a marquise, great in power over 30 legions, appears like an archer in green clothes, believed to cause battles and contests and make wounds to rot. If by the marksmen are their tools, and belongs to Sagittarius, and maybe it's a centaur sort of form, maybe there's dispute in that sort of thing, but the ONA uses the fourth mode, Dorian, and G major. The traditional would be C major through D major, the lunar music. But the scientific would be 440 hertz plus 22.9 centimeters, 98.6 beats per minute, 210.42 hertz equals G sharp in the 29th octave. A1 445.9 hertz or 440 hertz. Okay. And the marquises are something that people regard in terms of the mid-afternoon to the sunrise. And Pseudo Marnachia Damonum by Johann Weyer says that it is who best drives away mobs from the day. Kind of obscure thing that some people don't understand. Stephanie Conley says it works best when aiding others in conflict or difficulty. Michael W. Ford says it offers counsels on difficult people. James Donahue says that the profile of Leraie shows that its green head has a white ornament thing with bells, like a gesture. And it's a grounding and a consuming entity, but consuming of death. Little Dune Witch says that it sometimes appears in an old military uniform and is good for direction in an initiatory sense. Some lunar scents involve agar-agar, bamboo, well, includes agar-agar, bamboo, camphor, chickweed, coconut, cucumber, hibiscus, Irish moss, jasmine, oak moss, lunaria, poppy, water lily, reed, or willow. And Michael Ford also says that Leraje is useful in directing goals into reality and to make its desires hit the mark. And V.K. Jehannem says that its numbers are 260, 261, 266, 740, and 741. A day demon, others are saying that, by the way, too, appearing as a blue female with blue dreadlocks and blue leather clothes. Most people see it as a archer sort of character, as a male, but some will obviously see it as a female. To bring out the it's something that people call on to bring out the passions of those inclined to dislike each other, or to get the enmity over with, get it out and done with, or manifest over blood vampirism and self-transformation, microcosmical change, saying that it modifies an astral double to like something like a dragon with leather wings and changes the witch into an optimist. So, are these changes affected by evoking yourself? Or are they, part of the magical manipulation of entities that just happen to be pleased with these people? I don't know. But people certainly call on these. But the first experience here was from Friday, the 27th of May, 2011. I used vanilla to symbolize lover's blood. I don't see any extra verses that I used that time around. 9:53 to 10:30 p.m. A different presence was felt before the signs of the recited were done being said. Abnormal spots and blobs of brightness and darkness were seen, much like an old, damaged photograph. My hairs stood on end. Oh, my hair stood on end. I felt a flow over me. I couldn't keep paying attention. I was too tired, so I closed with the meal. And so, from the ancient Aramaic, we have a lot here for entity number 14 that would relate, and that will tell you more. But it will be useful since Leraikha is, and Loray is, you'll find that in Tanukh. One may want to look at that, but we're seeing some Hebrew here that we might want to look at first. La, no, or not. Le, to, towards. Eka, how, in what way. Ache is how, in what way. Ay is a kite, it's a bird of prey. Or it's to ask where. Ray is proof or evidence. Rayah is seeing, looking. Ragah is be calm, be at rest, distant, moment. Rah is herd, shepherd, lead, pasture, evil deed, wickedness, friend, companion. And I'm just pronouncing the letters. There's not marks to cue me into the pronunciation. So my Hebrew is not too good. I'm not as interested in Hebrew as in the language that Tanukh is in, but law is rather, not, nothing, in, none, no, never, nay, without, whither, nether, but, though. So there's
more meaning when one goes back in time, apparently. Ra is feed, shepherd, desire. Man watches, friend, neighbor, close companion, another fellow companion, other brother, husband, lover. Ra is a female companion, companion, fellows, friend. Feed, pasture, desire, shepherd, pastor, herdman, keep, broken, devour, eat, entreat, and arka is lengthening, and rukuk is the tenderness of the loins, soft, faint, mollified. Rek is loins, man covered, tender, soft, weak. Arc, prolong, long, lengthened, draw out. Jetter, tarry, slow, patient, long, suffering. Flow, water, watering. Yurka, loins, thigh. Yerk, loins, thigh, side, shaft, body. Rug, trample, rug. Thought, man of feet, trampled on. Hang the wrong thoughts. Yerg is trample, sledge, curtain. Ruga, stir, moment. Raw is to see, appearance. Raw, glebe, an unknown bird of prey, appearance. See, to see, look, behold, shew, appear, consider, seer, spy, respect, perceive, provide, regard, enjoy, lo, foreseed, heed. Ray, mirror, looking glass. Arg, weave, weaver, beam, shuttle. Yerg, trample, sludge, curtain. I think that's a rug is man of feet trampled on. Okay, I've gone that far. Rug, you know, the twisted rope thing. Grieve, bad, shout, evil, wickedness, wicked, mischief, hurt, trouble. Sore, affliction, the wound thing. Adversity, favored, harm, not, noisome, grievous, sad, noise, aloud. Yerg, again, the twisted rope thing. Grieve, displease, grievous, evil, harm, sad. You know, the double thing. Dysfunctional, evildoer, hurt, worse, mischief, displease, afflict, breadth, doer, ill, harm, evil, wickedly. So the next experience to look at is from 2012. And from 2012, obviously it's going to be May again, but I'll talk about the experience before I go into the language. And May 27, I found out more. So Isaiah 1:6, Jeremiah 17:14, Philippians 2.2 through 3, 2 Timothy 2 through 2.5, 2.90 and 195 and 1817 from Quran were additional verses to this ritual. So 10:04 to 10:36 p.m., May 27th, 2012. I felt weightless. It seemed like the floor was a cloud. Red sand rained down. There was a presence in the northeast. So northeast. It was in the spot over the phone. Not in this room in some of the earlier videos. It was between 3 feet and 41 inches tall and 2 to 3 feet wide. I vibrated into a blissful numbness to my very bones. I was heady. I saw white light pouring southwards past me in jerking motions. My flesh felt like it was moving. I was warm in a pleasing way. A rolling wave of bliss took me to a place where I was surrounded by pink patterns. When I saw the room again, the edges of the mirror were obscured by darkness. I felt many euphoric pressings upon me. I felt my perspective very centered on the magical circle as I closed. Sensitivity and peculiar warmness wore off about 10:06 p.m. And I very strongly would condemn this idea that a lot of people like to have of banish the states. Once you work yourself into the state, banish it when you're done. No. Let it fade into your life. The same way that one might let the teachings affect the rest of one's life. And so Ariyuk is in Daniel 12:25, and Lariyuk is in 2:15. So that could be the origin of these words. But let's look at Latin. We have ago, put in motion, to set, move, drive, whirl, put forward, lengthen. Denoting grief, alas, lar, tutelary deities, protectors of a locality, private household, or domestic ideas of gods. And so some Greek, we have geo is to exult in. Gah is earth, land, soil, ground, field, home. The grounded aspect, I guess. Ga is at least, at any rate, even, just, of course, in a bed. A ga is of goats. A, if, only. Aya, and. A, or aa, is whoa, or lass. K, and also, even though, especially. Lura is a lyre. You know, the flute thing. Not the flute thing, you know, the harp-like thing. Larugizo is to shout at the top of one's voice. Larugux is a throat or gullet. Lyre Esis is a lily-like or delicate. And so to look at back to the Aramaic again, I guess, we have from Jeremiah 17:14, meaning crooked or perverse. Oh, maybe I'm just listing the verses. Jeremiah 17:14. 2 Timothy 2:15, Quran 8:17, 2:190, 2:05, Isaiah 1:6, Philippians 2:3. So you're going to find in mainstream religion the issues being addressed. But it was hard back in the day to study and find out where things were. There were no search engines, and people wanted to know right away. So pick up a book on demons, and the demons, you call them up. This is what people believed one needed to do, rather than evoke the change from themselves. Gah is a twist or a rope. Gri is ruin, twist, or keep. Og, bake cake. Og, bake cake. Ak, heel, ankle. Yar, river, brook, field, stream. Yer, throw, feel, hand of men. 2, 4, 4. Okay, there's Ayak, from the Greek, is Ajax of Oileus, or Ajax of Telamon, the name of a Greek hero famous for bravery. Achies, from Latin, would mean sharpness, cutting edge, eye, sight, keenness of vision, ridge of a mountain. Arc, from the ancient Aramaic, arrange, plan, array, order, prepare, estimate, estimation, set, value, suit, equal, price, expert, compare, direct, equal, furnish, ordain, taxation, proportion. Aruga. There's got to be somebody named Aruga somewhere. Bed, furrow. I'm discussing the language involved that relates to these entities, but I'll share another experience after a couple more here. Arg is pant, bed, cry, and rug is a twist, iniquity, perverse, pervert, bow, trouble, wicked, wrong, crooked, dismiss, turn, and ruin. Yeah, that's it. So 2013, let me show you here the version. There's some variation in the sigils. You may want to have different versions in your notebooks, but maybe I said I'd share that experience, so oh no, bubbles. Yeah, I didn't do bubbles. So this is from Friday, the 24th of May, 2013, and 9:18 through 9:58 p.m. I used I don't know whether don't remember if it was incense. It was probably a candle. Strawberry representing gang. 2 Timothy 2:1-6 again. Philippians 2:1-5. Jeremiah 17:14. Daniel 2:15-25. Isaiah 1-6, and Quran 8:11-19, 190-195, and 204-208 were used in addition to my typical evening ritual. Well, the base of the evening ritual anyways. But 9:18 through 9:58 p.m. I felt a presence in the middle of the south side of the living room, which is bare now. I felt flowy and warm. I cried joyously. My aura was green and fluffy in the mirror. I saw spots like blood on the pages at times. I felt electric prickling upon my skin. A cool bliss poured down me, leaving its bubbly joy till 10:02 p.m. And I'm going to show you some of the Coptic and Egyptian that relates to this. But as one may see with the current series that I am doing, I work at not only being into my experience, but vibrating the words. But in the original, the Arabic and even some of the other, there's something about the sounds that when you say the sounds in the different parts, or you just say it, it has this pattern and it has these messages that get you into the ritual, but you focus on those things. So I'm going to share the so Lelte is a gate or abode. Leriper is Gabe, or I don't know what that's supposed to be. So a den of a lion would be Lerit, and Li A Riu is a from, and the Coptic has kind of tells us what the meaning of that. It's a joy or a merry noise, because the Coptic is La O I Eh. So, and of course, Ra, there's a lot of the ones that have to do with Ra. And Lu Ra is believed to be a lion god for some. And Ru Lu is also thought to be a god. It's obviously like a lion sort of thing again. Manu, the lion god of Manu, well, they call it a lion god. To cry or to shout out would be Lo Lai. Or in the Egyptian, we are looking at La. And I am not seeing any more until the next. So I am switching over to the 11th Enochian Key. So I asked you to consider what relation it has to what we just talked about. Yod, 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 yod. The mighty seed groaned, and there were 5 thunders which flew into the east. And the eagle spake and cried with a loud voice, Come away, and they gather themselves, and has become the house of death, the cross, of whom it is measured, and it is as they are, whose number is 31 or 50. Come away, for I prepare, or have prepared, for you. Move, therefore, and show yourselves. Open the mysteries of your creation. Be friendly unto me, for I am the servant of the same your God, a true worshipper of the highest. Oaks ye all hold, O on zerum coraxo, das zildarase, od vabzir camleax, od bahaneso, Sama Healarcate Salman Telak Kasarman Hawk Atitazakis Sabakornth Ega Nesa Bagle Abramang Nankup Epama Zakar Zamrun Oda Kikleka Zargelap Zida Nakamad I felt weightless for a moment. My face is a touch numb. A light, white mist, like a cloud, flows off the soapstone. And I feel a bit drifty. Development and to get totally into these experiences and practices and to bring them out elsewhere into one's life is, part of what's going on. And my normative state is where it's at.